Governor Mbah of Enugu State says Enugu remains among safer states in the country, irrespective of propaganda by peddlers of falsehood. Mbah said the state had put proactive measures in place and invested in capacity to solve every single crime and bring the perpetrators to book. This was even as the police in Isuzu made arrest over the recent attack on Eha-Amufu farm settlements that left some persons dead. Mbah spoke when he received in audience the Assistant Inspector General of Police in the charge of Zone 13, AIG Abayomi Oladipo, at Lion Building, Enugu on Wednesday. Mbah said he was aware that his administration could not achieve the ambition to grow the state economy from $4.4 billion to $30 billion and position it as the premier destination for investment, business, tourism, and living without security. Hence his decision to invest huge resources and political will in fighting the scourge of insecurity from the outset. He maintained that with the enormity of security infrastructure such as the Command and Control Center, establishment of Distress Response Squad, special police units with over 150 security vehicles, installation of AI-enabled cameras across the states for surveillance, and other resources put in place, Enugu had acquired the capacity to not only prevent crimes but also to solve them when they occur. Enugu is the most secure city in the country, unarguably, save for people who live to magnify things and who believe that the security we enjoy in Enugu is disturbing them. They like to sometimes conjecture things to somehow entertain their own views or opinions. What they do is to post or peddle falsehood on social media by going back to things that happened years ago to make them appear as if they are just happening now. Also, things that happened elsewhere, they make it appear as if they are happening in Enugu. I have seen some images and videos recently of things that never happened here, but made to look as if they happened here in Enugu State. Therefore, if we discount those false narratives, those fake narratives that we hear from social media, Enugu, as I mentioned, unarguably, is a safer city in this country. But we are not going to rest on our oars. We have to see that our security agents are alive to their responsibilities, to their duties. We do not have any tolerance for insecurity, for crime in Enugu State. We are going to continue to work with the security agencies to ensure that we sustain this security we are enjoying in the state today. Speaking earlier, AIG Oladipo, who said he had received security briefing from the Commissioner of Police, Enugu State's Police Command, CP Mamangiwa, and his Anambra State counterpart, CP Ikoyi Urutugu, and rolled out modalities for synergy in fighting crime, commended Governor Mbah for the notable improvement in security of lives and property in the state. I can tell you that what we have put in place is really working for us. I want to thank you for the support and your cooperation with the police and other security agencies of the state, he stated. It is recalled that while there were various levels of warning against trips to 27 states by the UK's Foreign, Commonwealth and Developmental Office, FCDO, in its 13th June 2025 travel advisory, which was still valid as of 18th of June, Enugu State was among the few states without any travel warnings whatsoever against them. Meanwhile, the police in Isuzu have arrested 2 alleged collaborators and informants, Matthew Ebe and a woman who allegedly provided guide for the attack and also sold information on security movement to the militant headers. It was gathered that Ebe, 26, allegedly led the suspected headers into the community. He, however, ran out of luck when one of the locals escaped, leading to his arrests.
Hi everyone, hope you guys are good. Okay, so sometimes it's good to put certain things in perspective. The governor is the chief security officer of the state wherever they govern. Some of you would argue, well, they say that's what they say they are, but they are not really, because there's limit to their powers when it comes to control of security. There's president, who is the armed forces leader, commander, and then there is IG of police, who is appointed by the president, who is the leader of the police, and the commissioners across the states are subservient or are under the IG of police. There are certain things that the police, the IG of police, or the commissioners of police cannot do if they don't take permission from the IG, except of course except they get permission from the IG, even if the governor give them that directive. After having laid that background, I mean, If you look at the explanation of the governor about what has been happening in the state, have we seen fake stories that fly around that seem like it's story that's happened in Enugu? Yes. Have we seen stories that are true, that are attacks that happen, in, isolated attacks that happen in Eha-Amufu, in Isuzo? Yes. There's no sugarcoating it. Because, I mean, when you try to sugarcoat it, then that's where the problem is. Have you also seen, if you go to my previous videos, this is where the main issue is. Internal collaborators. I keep saying this thing. How is it possible in this day and age that whatever they are called, headsmen, whatever they are, I don't want to know, bandits, people will, with AK-47, with motorcycle, go from travel long distances. Sometimes they're up to from 10 and above. Come and attack a locality. Attack that locality and go back. Nobody can say this is what they look like, this is where they followed, this is where they passed. How is that possible? It's not possible. It's not. Somebody within the community would have given somebody an information that they're not supposed to give, and that information, the person will use that information and then attack the community. When they attack the community, the person will also give them the information. This is the route to go. Because how is it that you know my community more than me? You attacking me, who is a foreigner, attacking me, will know my community more than me that live, work, eat, school there. It's not possible. There's no way 1 or 2 or 3 persons will not say, oh, this is where they passed. Even if it is, I mean, you know people that are attackers now, you hide. This is where they passed to go and check. This is where they passed this through this side. This is where they were on bike. Oh, they were speaking certain languages. It is not possible. These attackers have internal collaborators and have saboteurs. So let's, beyond the one that the police is doing and the army is doing, trying to weigh them off, let's now start thinking about ourselves. People who are within that community, the informants, people who are willing saboteurs, people who sell our communities to these guys. Every time you attack you, and there are people who are there who know the whereabouts of these people, who know their modus operandi, and they will not say anything because they are getting a cheap money. And there was one incident that happened in Ebonyi. Well, it's something that is different from this, but let me just tell this story, because then to give us a little idea. This guy traveled abroad, never, had a thing to do in the village, but of course sends money back, built a huge mansion. This man had stayed abroad for God knows, more than 35, 40 years. In fact, the plan wasn't even to come back. But he said, let me even enter this Nigeria where I never go all these years. This guy came back to Nigeria with his wife and family after 35 years staying abroad. Do you know that the day he landed, the day after he landed, they came to his house, that new house is being built, came to that house, shot at a few persons, some family members, nabbed him. They left his wife, left everybody, they took him away. And then when they took him away, they had to cough out 100 million before he was left. Before he was, though they didn't kill him at the end of the day. Before he was dead. That, in fact, as soon as they released him that day, the following day he went back. I'm just giving you a summary because there are layers to the story. Because investigation now was showing that it was people within that planned it. If not, till thief go there where he did. Thief go there where he did. He go no say you don't arrive. Like you came back today. The following day he comes to attack you. Come on. There are some people whom they are even waiting for. Once they come, the day you are landing in the village, they come and pick you. These are people who are just like you give information to your family member. Oh, I'm coming back tomorrow. Okay, you guys should prepare. I'm coming. The person will tell another person. The person will tell another person, and sometimes the person who tells another person does not know that the person he's telling is even a thief or somebody who can plan something sinister. And then you give out that information to somebody. The person tells another person, and then the person uses that information to attack. And you'll be shocked that it's even brothers, sisters, like family members, not outsiders, so family members that plan those things. If it's not wickedness, tell me what it is. If that can happen within a family unit, why do you think it cannot happen in a settlement, a village settlement, a farm settlement? Because of the peanuts they give. When they collect small money. How much, Kwan? So, apart from the, activities by the police and by the army, the community leaders, the Igwe in council should start looking inwards and start fishing out those people who willingly give information out to this marauding, thieves who come to steal our joy and kill our people. Something must have to be done. I've said my own, and I'll keep saying it. There's nothing to this security thing that cannot be solved. It's just that, these isolated incidences must have to nip it in the bud, and it starts with everybody. It's not a thing of one commissioner somewhere will be his problem, or everybody, starting from the least person in the community. And I'm not saying that because it involves the governor, including what's happening in Benue. In Benue, it's more than it's mostly land grabbing. The tall thief said something that was so magnificent. And for those who didn't know what he said, I'll play that video just after now. The tall thief made a serious point that the land grabbing is genocide and is somewhat ethnic cleansing. Some group of persons are looking to grab their land, and the only way they can do it is to wipe away those people there. It's unprovoked. Just listen to what he said.
The second thing, Your Excellency, I must quickly talk about is some apprehension. We do have grave concern about the misinformation and misrepresentation of the security crisis in Benue State. Your Excellencies, it is not herder farmers clashes, it's not communal clashes, it's not repressor attacks or skirmishes. It is this misinformation that has led to suggestions such as remain tolerant, negotiate for peace, learn to live with your neighbors. What we are dealing with here in Benue is a calculated, well-planned, full-scale genocidal invasion and land grabbing campaign by herder terrorists and bandits, which has been on for decades and is worsening every year. Wrong diagnosis will always lead to wrong treatment. So we are dealing with something far more sinister than we think about. It's not learning to live with your neighbors, it is dealing with a war. The second apprehension, Your Excellency, we have is the politicization of the crisis. Politicians in the states are busy politicizing the crisis passing blames instead of joining hands to address the crisis. We hear there are some politicians who would even prefer that the crisis should worsen so that it will be a basis for declaration of a state of emergency in Benue State. Your Excellency, this is unfortunate, and any politicians that prays for more people to die for such a project is against the wishes of the people of Benue State. Appeal. Your Excellency, Benue State has made a lot of sacrifices to keep this country united. Many of our people died during the Civil War. We paid the supreme price for this country to keep this country united. Why should we be treated like this? This, what you have come to condole us, is just one in a series of several massacres in this state. What has Benue State done to merit what we are going through? We appeal to you to end the genocide going on in Benue State and the insecurity in all parts of Nigeria. We know you are capable of doing it, sir. We know you are a courageous leader. You are a focused leader. You are a determined leader. You have the courage and the political will to do so. You have taken hard decisions and actions that many people before you did not dare. You have handled the subsidy challenge of this country, the exchange rates in this country, and other difficult decisions. You have taken them. You can give us peace in Benue State. All we ask for you, sir, is to stop our weeping. Give us peace in Benue State so that the farmers, my people in Benue State are largely farmers. They have been chased out of their farms. There is hunger, there is food insecurity challenge. Benue is the food basket of this nation. All we ask for is give us peace so that our people will go back to their farms and continue to produce food for Nigeria. I heard a story that there was a challenge in a place in Kwara State, and you rose up and gave them peace. In Kayama, you can do that for Benue. Your Excellency, I'm the paramount ruler of the Team Nation globally. And then at the opportunity I have here, I also want to appeal to the Tea people living in Nasarawa State, many who have been dispossessed of their ancestral lands in some local government areas, Kiana, Obi, Awe, etc. The lands have been taken over from them, and they don't have any land again. And some people are even saying they are not indigenous, they are settlers. These are people who have been in Nasarawa State before the 18th century. They cannot be settlers. I want to appeal to you to give them peace also. Lastly, assurance. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I want to tell you that the people of Benue State vote not on basis of religion, not on basis of ethnicity, but on basis of merit, standard, and capacity. In 2023, Benue people went out en masse and voted you in power. I want to assure you that that support and loyalty is still there. Moving forward, expect greater support from Benue State. All we ask as I end my speech, give Benue State peace. Give our rural farmers peace, and they will go back and produce for us. I want to thank you again for this sacrifice you have made of coming personally to be with us. What you have done to us by your personal presence, Benue State will never forget it. Thank you, and God bless you as you.
So more than anything else, it's about time for us to start looking inwards. For us to start looking inwards beyond what the police would do and the collaborations that the police would also have with vigilante. In fact, every community should start looking at doing a vigilante. Thank God that the federal government is talking about forest guards. So when there's a layer of that forest guard and then you have vigilante, and then we will have a headway of some sort. This is just so painful and so debilitating and devastating. Well, tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you as always. God bless.